There was a college senior by the name of Trevor Gray who was also flying, and this is on a Frontier airline. He was also flying to Denver. And during that flight, before he boarded the plane, he noticed that there were two passengers that gave the flight attendant this tin box full of cookies. Now, the flight attendant...
Oh, my God. Did you say cookies?
Tin box full of cookies.
Oh, my God. What happened next?
Well,
Did the plane blow up?
First of all, they were chocolate chip. Terrorist cookie of choice. And the flight attendant opened the box. She was very surprised and very happy about the cookies, as I would be. She took one and she munched, you know, she enjoyed one of them. Later on in the flight, Trevor Gray said that he noticed that there were other passengers getting cookies, and he was worried that that tin of cookies was being passed out to other passengers. It turns out that the airline just gives out cookies, like that's what they do, right? So he's thinking, oh my God, everyone's getting poisoned, we're all gonna die. He says that he claimed to have seen the pilots also take cookies, but then one of the spokespeople for the airline, said, no, the pilots didn't eat the cookies. We pass out cookies all the time. They were not the cookies from the tin box, and everything's okay, don't worry.
All right, first of all, I don't believe Frontier spokesperson. I think the pilots ate the cookies. But when they talked to them, they were like, oh, this guy's a pain in our ass. Yeah, fine, of course we didn't eat the cookies. You can't see into the cockpit. You know, we knew that was a safety risk. Okay, it turns out the guy who made the cookies is actually worked with the flight attendants before. They knew that person, right? So it's not like they brought in a stranger and then he's laced it with it. But the thing is, people are in a panic. Now look, obviously, 9/11 is incredibly serious, right? And I know why people are on edge. I get it. At the same time, we can't be like this, man. 10 years later, we're still like, oh my God, what's in the chocolate chip cookies? And what if there's a plot and it turns out the flight attendants and the pilots and all the passengers eat the cookies? Then what happens next? They gain a combined couple of pounds.
By the way, another wrinkle to the story. One of the passengers who gave the flight attendant the box of cookies was a 12-year-old girl. You know,
oh, come on, come on.
I could understand being concerned about whether or not those cookies contain something that could be harmful, but it's just overreaction on top of overreaction. The mother of Trevor Gray found out about this whole situation, and she tried to call the TSA and have the TSA do something about it. The TSA was like, we can't really do anything about this. It's too late. The flight landed fine. Everyone's safe, right? And then she contacted the press, and after the press wrote the story, that's when the airline finally released a statement.
Of course, and they took it very seriously. And look, one last thing on it. Should the pilots eat food brought in, especially if they don't know the person? No, they shouldn't, right? So I get it, and maybe it's an okay point to bring up. You just don't have to make a federal case out of it. And even more so than that, because if they're trying to do right for the future flights, even that I can see. Just when he's on the plane, I can see him sweating, you know? I can see him getting nervous and like, don't live your life that way, man. I mean, I've never heard of a terrorist by cookie or plot before. That's not likely what's going on. And people who are panicked are always like panicked over like the craziest things, and they live their life in perpetual fear. But when you do, let me use a cliche here, that's when the terrorists win. That's when they snicker in their caves and go, we got them worried about cookies.